Good evening, my name is Garrett, and welcome to The Last Call. Tonight's final drink is from Balcones. This is their Prohibida Texas rum, coming in at a 50% ABV, at least 33-month age statement. Now, I'm a huge fan of Balcones, and I have reviewed tons of their bottles because I just love what they do. And I'm a huge fan of their dark rum. It's one of my favorite rums that get people excited to try, especially people from the whiskey world. And this just takes a whole different left turn for me. And it was such a weird experience that I had to share with you at home. So this is 100% molasses, and they essentially take rum dunder, which is kind of what's left over inside the still, if I remember right, after a run. Basically all the leftover biddies, and they keep reusing that into this. And then they put it into Peated casks. So essentially this is a rum that's distilled from leftover rum bits, and then they threw it into a peated cask. And it blew my mind just thinking of that process. I've always wondered what a rum would do in a peated cask. And I was like, son of a... you guys did it. But I definitely, again, wanted to share with you at home. So as always, we'll be trying it two different ways. First way, neat, no ice, no water. Second way, we'll add a drop of water, see what changes up. And as always, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, hang around for a bit. I will be linking some other Balcones reviews up above and down below, so be sure to check those out after this video. And yeah, you can still get this, at least on their website, last time I checked. And I was so curious I had to order it. And even on the color, it looks very similar color to like their Mirador, their single malt. Very light. Especially for a Texas impression on here. On the color, I would never have guessed it. Nonetheless, let's go for notes. So right away, this is interesting because when we opened the bottle, it reminded us both, my wife and I, as a cheap, run-of-the-mill, no-name brand barbecue sauce. So you get this sweet, savory playing around. But after our first sip, it went away, and now I'm not getting that. But my initial cork pop on this, after our sip, was two different experiences. Because I was like, wow, that's a weird nose. And for me to say that, it's saying something. But you don't really get that impression anymore, at least I'm not right now. You definitely get that slightly burnt rubber, but you're getting a little more herbalness to it, and a little more floral to it as well. You definitely can tell there is something of a peated nature going on here. If you've had peated things in the past, you might be able to pick that out, but it is very, very subtle. A little sweet, like the rinds of apples and fruits like pears. Not the flesh itself, like the inside bits, but the rind, the outside skin of it. And again, maybe a little bit of a smokiness on there as well, but it is teetering less sweet and more savory on the nose for me. But it's a beautiful, beautiful rum. That is unlike any other rum I've had, and I've had my fair share of them. Nonetheless, let's go for taste. Yeah. And see, on the taste here, you get that earthy peatiness on it. And even the finish, there's a smokiness. It is a super unique rum. It's sweet. You're going to get that bit of molasses in there, that bit of fruit sweetness. But then you're also getting that floral note going on. Honestly, it does remind me a lot of the Mirador single malt, even on the taste. If they would have taken that and put that into a peated cask, I feel like they would be even closer. The spices coming out here, getting a bit of that clove and nutmeg. It's playing really well. That burnt note, like the I call it the tire fire note, is showing up a little bit on the taste, but it's really, really gentle on that. No real ABV, nothing harsh on that side of things. Just a really good rum with a smoky. It goes a little savory, but not as much as the nose would lead you to believe it. But I love this. This is a great example of having fun with a spirit and seeing what happens coming out the other side. And I just love its finish here. It's a little smoky, a little earthy, definitely giving you those vibes of a very well-rounded rum, but that peatiness has taken it to another level. I just love that. And again, 50% ABV. It's got some warmth to it, but it's not an ABV warmth. All right. Now let's find out what happens when we add a little bit of water. This part I never do. Sometimes my wife does it, but personally I never add water to it. I like to do that like an impressionable thing here. Nonetheless, under most circumstances, adding water to a rum can make it go a little washed out or make it go kind of south. But let's find out. Let's go for notes. Ooh. Actually, it brought back a little bit of that barbecue-y note. Like just a very simple, generic barbecue note. Like a sweet savory to it. It's weird. I kind of dig it. Kind of don't. The caramel is showing up. You're definitely getting those burnt sugars going on as well. A little bit of that floral note in there. But that super savory, but yet sweet note, it really dominates well. You get a little bit of that peated and a little bit of that smoky earthiness going on, but it is very well hidden in there. Nonetheless, let's go for taste. And see here, the water, it actually wakes up a bit of that smokiness on the beginning as well. So you get a little bit of smoky, earthy, that peated characteristic is showing up. I don't want to say salty. I think my brain is playing around with that savoriness going on. It's almost making me feel like it's going salty. But you get that little bit of sweet in there from the fruits. And it just overall got a beautiful earthiness layer to it as well. The bit of brown sugars are showing up. Your bit of spices are kind of peeking through, but they're not super present. The mouthfeel doesn't quite have the same effect to it, which is expected when you add water to something like this. You're breaking up a lot of those oils. But honestly, this is a nice, simple rum. And this has all the complexity, though. As always, it doesn't matter what you drink or how you drink it, as long as you enjoy it. If you have to add that little bit of water, try to work your way back up to the neat version. I feel like you're going to enjoy this one so much better. But this isn't bad. I really like the neat version, though. I just love how well it coats the mouth and clings. That bit of spice in there does such a good job. All right, let's talk about market price, because we all know market price is market price, and it's always going to vary. I ordered it directly from Balcones' website for $45. And in the rum world, that's a little high. Now, I say in the rum world because you could get some fantastic rum in that $30 or less area that people just don't do. $35 to $40 tends to be a pretty above sweet spot area for rum. There's a few good bottles in that range. Balcones, though, being that they're getting that craft tax going on here, I got to give them credit. The process on this, phenomenal. I love it. I have no qualms against it at all. I think $45 is acceptable pricing on it. Would I pay $50? I think so. I think I'd pay $50. I probably wouldn't go too much more than that, but I would pay $50 for it. I wouldn't complain too much. It's really, really good. If you're a rum drinker, you need to experience this. If you're a whiskey drinker, check out Balcones and you want to get into rum, they're doing the right things here. They're being very transparent. They're telling you what their process is, and they're coming from a distillery that is phenomenal. How they do rum is gorgeous. It's great, and it really showcases themselves so well, and I hope that they keep doing rum here in the future because this is amazing. I love it. So yeah, there you have it, folks. Balcones Prohibida. Can't remember how they said it, and I'm sure I pronounced it incorrectly. If you have any questions about the bottle itself, let me know down in the comment section below. I will do my best to answer it. And if you have any specific spirit I should go looking for, also let me know down below. I love doing these reviews and sharing with you the experience at home. And as always, may your last drink of the night be the best one.
You know, and I really like it. It might